Hey guys, good evening. Hey, Obodo fam. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to our channel. How are you all doing tonight? I hope you are well. Good evening, good evening. If you are in the comment section and you can hear me, do say hi. Let me know that you can hear me. Welcome to tonight's stream. Today is Thursday, and we catch cruise on a Thursday. That's what we do, right? Okay. We try to do some fun shows on Thursdays. Not every time. Serious. Yeah. This matter, itai rapa, itai gele. Itai rapa, itai gele. So just give us a thumbs up, please, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Before we get into the show, because when we do get in, some people will not remember. Itai Geleo and Rapa. Welcome everybody. I see you all. I had you. I'm going to try and be as brief as possible tonight because it's a working night. So let's talk about this. So I did contemplate about this, whether I should do it or not. Trust me, it's not everything that is trending that I want to jump in and start talking about. For me to do any topic here on this platform, I must see the value in it. Okay, so if it's just for entertainment purposes, just to make us laugh, uh, just because there are lessons in it and all that, yeah, there must be a reason. For tonight, I don't think it's kind of funny. It's not funny, but there are loads of lessons in it. Because I was asking myself, why am I even talking about this? So before we get into the show, I just want to put a disclaimer that I personally believe that whatever two consenting adults decide to do in the seclusion of their own house, bedroom, is not anybody's business. So you guys know that in this community, are not, we don't discriminate. We have some members of our community here that belong to the LGBTQ community, and everyone is welcome. Okay. So if you are somebody that is homophobic, please just excuse yourself now. This might not be for you because I don't want anybody calling me out or insulting me. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. If you know that this subject is too sensitive for your mind or your faith, your beliefs, your values, or whatever, just step out now. This is the disclaimer I'm putting. Because I know some people will now come and say, hey, this, that, you are supporting this lifestyle. This is not about support. I don't have I don't have a say about the choices that people make about their lives. Okay? And I personally feel that in Nigeria, it is about time that we legalize or decriminalize this LGBTQ. Yes, I said it. It is time. Enough of all these pretense. Let's stop pretending and just Nigerians. Oh, come on now. We pretend too much. Everybody knows what is going on, but we keep pretending. So we want to continue to pretend as if, oh, it's not our culture. We don't have LGBTQ in our community. We don't have the people like that in Nigeria. It's Oyibo culture. Please. I personally believe that that is denial of the highest order. Mm? Yes, so there are a couple of reasons why we need to touch on this. I think Ngozi already picked up. Ngozi, sometimes I feel like you really understand me a lot. You're one of the few people here that really understand me. Yeah, one of the reasons why we want to talk about it, we're going to look at it from the angle of abuse, right? Because we talk about abuse here. And people might say that, oh, why is Gistlover publishing people's names? Okay, I don't know whether Gistlover has a problem with people who are LGBTQ. I don't think so. However, when he started posting about this, he said that people are using their position, because they are big OGs in the industry. because these are mostly people who are in the industry, that they are abusing their position. This is what it's all about. And he or she or they also said that some of these the people who are agege, will use agege here, that they deceive women, like because Nigerian society is not receptive to the way of life, so a lot of them would deceive women and are married. And to be honest, I did look at some of the stories. It's not funny. Honestly, it's not. A lot of people were reaching out to Gistlover and saying, Gistlover, you this thing that you are talking about, I caught my husband. You guys saw that post that somebody said the other day that it is not side chick you should be worrying about in Abuja now. When your husband is cheating, it's not whether he has a side chick you should be concerned about. Now it's whether the person is cheating with is actually a man. And because a lot of people are in denial, there's a lot, it's very messy. Very, very messy. So yeah, we want to talk about, how this thing is continually, it's a problem because women are being deceived, women are being infected. Innocent women are being infected with diseases because they do not know. So in this part of the world, when you knowingly infect somebody with a disease, it's a criminal offense. But Nigeria, I don't think there's any. I don't know if there's any legislation around that. If there's anything in the constitution or anything in the bylaws about that, so I don't know. So a lot of women, even who have been infected, will keep quiet because of shame, stigma. So many women have been infected by HIV by their husbands, and some of these husbands are people who are gay, but on the down low, right? And so I'm going to be looking at it from the angle of people who are deceiving, their spouses and covering up with their lifestyle, just marrying people to cover up. And then the other bit is people who abuse their power. Because you guys, we need to have an understanding of what abuse is. Okay? Any kind of abuse involves power. Power is a big role at play when there is an abusive, whether it's physical, emotional, financial, or in this case, if it's sexual. Power is always involved. And if some people are allegedly using their position in the industry, because they want to help upcoming people or they want to promote them, they want to help them to sell their music or to give them roles, and because of that, now use that opportunity to abuse them, then it is wrong. It is wrong. In America, people like Ivan Weinstein, you guys remember that man that is in jail now. And a lot of people will often talk about, people who use the opportunity like that. Why are we talking about PDD today now? You guys know. Junior said it will save marriages and potentially wrong marriages. Women are suffering in careless marriages because their husbands or wives are not attracted to them. Good point. Good, very good point. Yes, in some cases, it's so bad. You see the reason why I say they should decriminalize it. Because if you are not aware, Nigerian government has it, they passed a law a couple of years ago where they said that anybody caught involved in agege will be in prison for, I think, 14 years or so. But the irony of the situation is that even the people that are passing the law, the people that are sitting in the Senate and passing the law are also in this community. It's all about hypocrisy. The hypocrisy is very much. Lolo said the worst part is that a lot of their parents know their sons, yeah, are agege. Some women are agege as well, and they are being forced to marry. What I want us to recognize today, this is 2024, this is not 1960. See, so people will say, oh, this agege thing is new now. We've never had it. It's not our culture. We forbid it, this, that. But can I bust your bubble? Ladies and gentlemen, agege is not new. It's not. It is not new. It has always existed. Tikpe, 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 tikpe. It's always existed. It's just always been hush, 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 and people cover it. And when they see a man, let's say, I saw a documentary the other day when I can't remember where I saw it. I think it's on YouTube. They were talking about the first man that was agege, used to dress like a man, like he was a proper transgender. We used to dress like a woman, put makeup, put wig. He was a musician. I can't remember the name, but I saw this was far back as in the in the 70s. Yeah, so there's a lot of issues involved in this. So yesterday, someone was saying that why is Gistlover publishing names? I don't know about publishing names because it's all allegedly anyway, and I'm not going to say that the list is 100% correct because there's no evidence to support it. However, some names on that list we've heard in the social media industry or in this social media street, we've heard some of those names repeatedly. And you know what they say? When something keeps coming up, people keep calling, something keeps coming up, then there might be some validity to it. But of course, who won't agree in a country where they say 14 years, and then again, there's a lot of stigma associated with it. But people who are who are in that community will tell you that in every city in Nigeria, you have agege clubs. You have agege apps where the people meet. So I don't know why people think that we are deceiving. Who is deceiving who, by the way? I don't understand. I don't know who is deceiving who. Bingbe say abuse is about power and control. It takes a lot of audacity for a man to tell another man that they have to lay with them before helping them. It's all about control. Yes, absolutely. So because I was reflecting on it and thinking in my mind, why do I want to do this? What's the point? Then I remember that there's an aspect of it where, abuse is allegedly going on. And again, the other part is people who are, how many times have we seen people coming on this show saying they are in a carry-less marriage? When you live with a man or a woman who is healthy, there's nothing wrong with them. They are not sick. And they tell you that they are married but no kerewa. There's something to it. There's something to it. It just might be possible that that person does not find that gender attractive. They are not attracted to that gender. But maybe because just to please their parents, because they want to have a family to cover up, they will end up. Is it not Freeze's wife that told us openly on YouTube that the man she married, this man that now sued Freeze, that took Freeze to court, she said it openly that she met her husband. This same man has been dragging them all these years. Part of me wants to believe that the reason why that the Freeze co-husband, the reason why the co-husband has been dragging this matter for so long is because the wife actually exposed him. Again, because in Nigeria, people would rather live that due life. They would rather hide and, because of the shame, the stigma, what will people say if my parents find out, things like that. Mhm. So we see a lot of Nigerians who come abroad and they are openly agege. Do you know why? Because over here, it is not criminalized. It is not. In fact, if you discriminate against Agege, it is you that will be in trouble for discriminating. And many of you work with colleagues like that, and you have to mind your business. Just shock by. Many people have gotten into trouble for comments in their places of work, and because of things they said regarding, because discrimination is something this part of the world they don't they don't tolerate. And Agege people are very powerful. They are very, very powerful. Mhm. D said, Nigeria is the fourth largest consumer of Agege content in the world. Lobaton. The more conservative religious the country is, the more Agege searches. Wow. The joke indeed writes itself. Yeah. Let us, we're a society that like to pretend. We're a society because we are not ready yet. I think we still have a long way to go before, all this nonsense that people are doing, where you go to jail. Like what is happening now with Bob Risky. Every time I think about it, I'm like, okay, what is exactly is the problem now with this Bobrisky matter? Because Nigerians, the House of Rep is focused on Bobrisky when people are crying every day because they cannot feed. You're not focusing on the economy. Oh, they say somebody, I had an argument with two of my friends and they were like, oh, it's corruption. The men who support VDM, is about fighting corruption. I say, okay, they are fighting corruption. Good. This is Bobrisky's case is about fighting corruption. I accept, right? Okay. However, what was his offense? I'm not a fan of Bobrisky, oh, and this is just by the way. What was Bobrisky initial offense? They say he was spraying money. Eh? They say he was spraying money. And I'm like, are you guys for real? This is not even about supporting something that everybody in Nigeria, till today, they are spraying money. So I don't understand. Me, I just feel like there's something more to this matter, this Bobrisky matter. Because I don't understand how a whole country, you know how G was saying, Nigeria consumes that content. Yeah, they find Bobrisky very entertaining. And you know the thing that makes me really sad about this whole situation? Nigeria, the economy is so bad at the moment. It was really, really bad at the moment. But are we talking about anything, how this is affecting everybody's life every day? No. Hmm? We are talking about Bobrisky. The House of Rep is inviting Bobrisky. I didn't see House of Rep inviting the minister of whatever that is responsible for why the dollar keeps going up and why people cannot eat. Why bag of rice is 120,000 naira. I don't see it. I don't see it. But anyway, this is not about Bobrisky today. Mm, this is not about Bobrisky today because I don't. Nigeria is a very, very confused place, honestly. Mm. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Bob. I don't support Bob. I think he has his own wahala, but it's misplaced priorities. That's my own personal opinion about the whole matter. Okay, all those House of Rep member, all of them, they are doing like they too. They are not the. This is that who is more corrupt in Nigeria than politicians? If politicians were not stealing all the money meant for development, for doing roads. A friend of mine just came back from Nigeria where she went to bury her dad that passed away. Do you know that they couldn't travel? They just could not travel from a journey that should ideally in this part of the world not take more than 3 hours. It took so many hours for people to get to the village because the roads are bad. Is it Bobrisky that is responsible for why contracts will be allocated and the people will just chop money and they will not do the roads? Eh? Okay. Oh. We are not here to talk about Bobrisky. Let's talk about what Gistlover is saying about this matter. But for me, that Bobrisky matter, I don't think this is what Nigeria should be focusing on. To be honest, yeah, I don't think so. The energy that is being given to that matter is too much, in my own opinion. Okay, and you don't have to agree with me. It's my personal opinion, and you can have your opinion as well. So it's just lover is the one that started this thing, oh, this matter. Oh. It's like they've deleted just lover. Just lover. Just lover with the wahala. It's like they deleted the post. They were repeating the post. They were reporting it. Please, guys, give us a thumbs up. Just lover. Just lover. Oh my god. Thank God I have a screenshot, so I'm going to go to my screenshot. I knew because the thing was like too many names are there, and yeah, so I knew it was not going to hold up for long. So let's start. It started with a picture. Should I show you guys the picture? How many of you saw that picture? Should I show you? It started with a picture, oh, and the picture, one of the people in the picture looks like someone that is in the movie industry. In fact, one of them was wearing a wedding ring. Wedding ring. Wedding ring. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post it on my Instant stories. If you follow me on Instagram, go to my Instagram. You will see that picture now. You will see it. Go and look. You will see it. Then when you're coming back, hit the like button. Uh-huh. Just hit the like button. Jump to my instant story. You will see the picture. This is the picture that Gistlover posted. And to be honest, it was a picture of two Agege men locked up in this very passionate, when I say passion, passionate, passionate embrace and passionate kiss. Okay? As I said at the beginning of the show, what two consenting adults decide to do is none of my concern. Okay? Kò kàn ayé, to your tent, O Israel. All man for himself, God for us all. Mm. Okay. Now, so he posted that picture, they posted that picture, and then now start saying that in the industry, there's a lot going on in terms of people who are using their position and generally abusing their position. And a lot of all these people who are even married, they are married to women, and it seems like, all this marriage, lori irọ́ marriage ni o. Okay, so I'm going to go through the list. This is all allegedly. According to Gistlover, the people he listed that he said are allegedly on this list of Agege in Nigeria in the industry, number one, Burna Boy. Remember that, what's the name of that woman that got into trouble? That Burna Boy arrested him. That went and said something about Burna Boy, about Oye. What's his name? Darlington. Yeah. So Burna Boy is number one, allegedly on the list. Kiss Daniel. Actually, there was a lyric that was publicized by Gistlover of Kiss Daniel's new song, and the lyrics were agege-ish. I'm not gonna lie. Fraud. I don't know some of these people. Me, I don't know them all. I don't know his fraud. Then Gistlover said Odumeje. He said Odumeje and Flavor. Say now Flavor be the alleged partner of Odumeje. I said Odumeje in that broski. Liquid metal. Ẹgbà mí o, aládùúgbò. I was surprised. That one I was surprised. Oh. I am the fire, I'm the this, I'm the that, I'm the Indaboski. Okay, but the flavor one, to be honest, I was not surprised because he kind of, the way he dresses and he kind of he gives some feminine vibes. So I'm not too, that one didn't shock me. I kind of was looking at him with corner eye. This uncle, this uncle. Okay. I don't know who fraud is because I don't watch BBN, so I don't know. Then the next person on the list, according to Gistlover, allegedly is Forts. Forts, the bad guy, the same musician, rap artist that is the son of the famous lawyer. Then the next person on the list is Dele Momodu, Mofe Duncan, Brian Okwara, Poco Lee. I don't know who Poco Lee is. Ola of Lagos, VDM. Aládùúgbò. VDM that is fighting all the people that he says that they are agege. His name is there. Lobaton. Vine Olugu. I don't know who that is. Korede Bello. Jay Martins. Sheyi Awolowo. Alesh Sani. Peter Igbami. Ijagbemi. Squanky Jerry. Okay, Squanky Jerry, yeah. Squanky Jerry will sing Squanky Jerry in some what's that program? That Young Rich African, yeah. His own, to be honest, is not too hidden like that. Blossom. Okay, there's Blossom there. Let me move to the list. It's 3 long list though. Then Jibril of Lagos. There's Jibril of Lagos on the list. According to Gistlover. The next list has Kunle Afolayan. There's Timini. There's Captain Dumuren. I don't know. Who is Captain Dumuren? Is that not the husband of this lady that works in the FM station in Lagos? Is that not him? I don't know. I think so. Then the next on the list, according to Gistlover, allegedly is Ebuka. Okay. Then there's Alex. That's Toad's husband, right? I thought so. Okay. There's Ebuka, then there's Alex. Okay, Alex, we've heard Alex. We had Alex Mata for it's not today. We'll be hearing Alex's own. Vintage Luxury, I don't know who that is. Don G, that's Don Jazzy. To be honest, I've heard Don Jazzy's own many times in the past. I think I mentioned it here a long time ago. Some people were fighting me. Yeah, but he was married before. He was married before. Hmm. Rebecca Hills, I know you are a lover. You are a lover of VDM. You don't know what he does. Please don't go and swear for somebody you don't know. Do you follow him home? Do you know what he does? Be careful. Don't vouch for anybody. Okay. So there's Don Jazzy, according to Gistlover, Zix. Uh, there's Latif Ade Dimeji. Neo, I don't know who's Neo is. Sexy Still, I don't know that person. Sullivan, I don't know a lot of them to be honest. Sullivan. Then Atiku, this Atiku zone will be hearing it. Tikpe, tikpe. Yahaya Bello is there. Mhm. It's true, Rebecca Hills. Don't wo, if you go and vouch for anybody, ah, just face front. You only know about yourself. Shotigba. Adenuga. Yahaya Bello. That the one that yes is looking for. Then there's Adenuga, like the Glow Don, the one that owns Globacom. His name is there. Temisan. Hmm. Temisan. Hmm. I don't know. He's fruity. He looks a bit fruity, to be honest. And I've seen some of his clothes. I saw one cloth. He was wearing corsets. I'm like, uncle, why are you wearing corsets? But anyway, this is allegedly. Pamilerin, Akahani, Pario, Akahani. What's this one? AY, Egbami o. AY to what list yo. Eh? AY, then his brother Yomi. Then there's MI. Even Peter Okoye entered the list. Flavor, The Bunch, Hush Puppy, Mofai. Hush Puppy entered the list. The Bunch. When I saw the name The Bunch and I saw Don Jazzy, I was like, okay, okay, you know that big fight they had once upon a time. We all thought you were friends that fell apart. Could it be lovers that fell apart? I don't know. It's all allegedly. Oh. This lover said that Peterson Akopa is there. Ebuka Song. Who is Ebuka Song? Eh? I don't know who is Ebuka Song. Is that a pastor or who is he? I don't know. I don't know these people. Gozier, okay, Toby Bakary, Uti. Uti, we've heard. Uti is, I mean, his own name has been around for a long time. I think he's almost out, to be honest. I think he's almost out because the last photo shoot he did, it was screening. Let me come out, let me come out, let me come out. Kunle Rami's own was shocking. Mm? Because Kunle Rami was the one that granted interview to the Honest Bunch and was talking about how somebody was asking him to come and do agege. So his name is there. Just like is saying that all that plenty talk that Kunle Rami was saying, they wanted to bring him in, that he eventually blended, as they will say. Back in the day, when you enter Confra, they say you blended. That's what allegedly. Oh. See the one that shocked me the most? Yol Idoche Egbami. When I saw this one, I wanted to faint. Just love her. Kilo day. You, our 20, our polygamy, our poster boy for polygamy is also agege. Emagbamike. Only you. Uncle, choose your camp now. Is it polygamy you want to do? Or which one you want to do? We need to know where you are. Oh, Jesus. They put your name, oh. Well, if, what's her name? The second wife will fight. They put your name. You, again. You, the, when the Bible says that many of the affliction real, you has not been through enough. You people put his name on this list again. Kilode Onikan. He's the one that his wife say we don't want to do polygamy. He's the one that is doing poster boy for polygamy. You people have put his name on Agege list again. Kilode, I stand with you. No, 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 no. I'm going to protest. Yo does not deserve to be on this list. Yo has been through too much. Oh my goodness. When I saw Yo's name, I busted into laugh. I was laughing. I said, Gistlover, Kilo Dagon. What is it? Even if they told you that Yul is there, can't you remove him? Can't you see? Can't you see that his brother has been through a lot? He's going through a lot. Pressure Tiwa. Is it easy for somebody to jump from being a Christian? He's a Catholic. From Catholic, he now said he's doing a traditionalist. They were calling him a simile. From a simile, he became a pastor. Now he's confused between the pastor and the simile. He's doing all of them together. And you want to put his name on this list. Just like Igba. I will not agree on this one. I don't like it. Yol, remove Yol. Whether he's I don't know. No. I don't agree. Yol has been through a lot. Oh my goodness. Yol's name is there. I'm reading. This is from Gistlover. The next person on the list is Tunde Ednuts. Okay, I don't know, but you know what they say about all these Atlanta people. They say that is the headquarter in America. Those of you in America, you always tell me, "But in Atlanta, okay, before you see men that are straight in Atlanta, it is always hard." I don't know. So Tunde Ednod is there. There's someone called Ken Eriks. I don't know that person. There's Jao Paul. I don't know that person. And then there's Desmond Elliott. Lobaton. There's Casey. There's Chike. Okay, Chike's own, I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard Chike's own. There's been rumors about him. I love his music. I think he's just a beautiful human being. I don't care if he's Agege. If he's truly Agege, I don't even care. I love him as a person. I love him as an artist. I think he's an amazing singer. His love songs, he used to send me to Cloud 9. I love Chike. And then another one that shockatalized me completely is Obi Kubana's name on the list. I'm like, Gistlover, Kilo Degan. Anyway, Obi Kubana's name is there. There's Toby Bakare, Elvis Chooks. I don't know who that is. Then Mr. Macaroni too. Hey, Chineke na God, yo. Mr. Macaroni's name is there, Mr. Macaroni, the only sugar daddy on social media, Put your account number here. I've just sent you 500,000. Put your account number here. I just sent you 1 million. Kilo day. I don't get it. Mr. Macaroni's name is there. There's Uzi Usman. I don't know who that is. Ogbonna is there. Timmy Frank is there. There's Rochas. And then there is Babangida. Freaky. They put Freaky's name there. Then there's Babangida. The Babangida one and Article 1 is an old. We've heard that ages ago. Anyway, as a matter of fact, we used to hear that the women that allegedly they said that the women that Atiku used to date, that he used to only want to do kerewa with them from the backside. Anyway, that's the list. That is the list. And Gistlover was saying that he was still going to publish the names of pastors that are gay and are pretending or hiding. And in this case, the one of the pastors one, he said that the reason why he wanted to release the name is that there is a lot going on in their churches in terms of the law of abuse going on in their churches. So a lot of people came and said, pastors did this to them, pastor did this. There's a lot of religious abuse usually goes on anyway that they don't address, nobody talks about. Again, because we want to see men of God or men of faith as these pious people that are next to God. But human being will always be human being. Okay. So, Dr. Ife said, I think the list is a confra list, not a gege list, where people that want to be famous will do anything to belong. My opinion, yeah. You know, they said it that some people have to just put out, like they have to agree. So, for instance, if there is a boss who is a big person in the industry and they wanted, and you are upcoming, maybe that's what is required of you. You know how they used to say in Hollywood that you do something, I don't know what they call it, that you have to do something that is shameful or something. I don't know. There's something they call it in Hollywood that you have to do something. So anybody who knows what they call it should please remind me in the comment section. Yeah. So Gistlover was alleging that some of the people were actually drawn into it because this is what they needed to do to become recognized in the industry. Mhm. For them to blow something like that. They have to do some initiation. Wahala dey, you got it. Something ritual, yeah, a humiliation ritual, something like that. Mhm. Yeah. So I don't know. Like everything is allegedly. The ones some names shocked me on the list. I'm not gonna lie, but some of the names are names that have been mentioned multiple times that they are gay. But as I said, whatever any adult chooses to do with their body, as long as it's with another consenting adult, it's none of our business, right? It's none of our business. However, the problem I have is a lot of people who are not necessarily into the opposite gender will go and marry and be suffering, somebody's child. Because our society is the kind of society that encourages pretentious behavior. Just marry, just have a child. It will give you validity. At least if you have children and nobody will point fingers to you again. The pressure, Nigerian parents put a lot of pressure on their children to marry. Even the person, one of the names that was mentioned on the list, Fast the bad guy, said something recently that is every day that his parents are pressuring him to marry, to marry, to marry. There's always a lot of pressure on both men, young men and women to get married. So, however, if it's something that the woman knows, maybe it's an agreement because some women maybe they will know, but they too they are desperate. It's an agreement. But okay, oh, let's marry. Oh, maybe we'll have one or two children, and then you can continue to do whatever you want. I'll do an open marriage or open relationship. That one is different. The one that is not that I feel is deceptive and can lead to a lot of problems is the one where the other person is does not have any idea. We've heard stories of people that will say, we are doing, let's do, I'm abstaining, or how do they say it? I don't want to do kerewa because I'm keeping myself for marriage. Then you will now come and marriage. Hmm? You will now come and marry. And then stories will now come. Yeah, that aspect of it is completely, yeah. They will say they are doing abstinence. Thank you. That they are abstinence or doing purity, sexual purity. They don't want to have anything because they want to wait after marriage. Mhm. So that aspect of it is not good. Celibacy, yeah. Thank you so much, Chidinma. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. You say, "Oh, I'm celibate." These days, you hear people saying, "I've been celibate for 4 years. I've been celibate for 3 years." So next time somebody is telling you they are celibate, you might want to find out: are they celibate? Are they celibate because, you know, they are not into that gender, or are they celibate because they really believe that, okay, oh, let me wait till after marriage? You need to find out because I think some women are flattered when a man says to them, "Oh, I don't want to touch you. I'm celibate. Let me wait till after marriage." Then after marriage, story, Kerewa will not come. Voila. Before you know, your in-laws will start putting pressure on you. When are you going to get pregnant? How are you going to get pregnant when there's no Kerewa? So it's a lot of issues. It's so many issues that are involved in this matter. So many issues. So let's talk about it. Let's really talk about it. Me, I'm saying that it is about time that Nigerian government stop this nonsense. They need to stop this nonsense of criminalizing agege. They should remove that so that people can just live their authentic life and be free. It's better. That way, people, the day they will remove this thing and they will say it's no longer a crime or it's not a criminal, it's not criminal to be agege. The people that will come out, I am a gbọ́ ọ̀run máa mì. The fact people will be shocked because there are so many people who are. Why is it that is people are so interested in agege? If we are if we want to continue that pretense, oh, they are not agege in this country. No agege. Lórí irọ́ is a big fat lie. We have to recognize. And another thing that I wanted to touch on before I take calls is the response when Gistlover posted this list. When Gistlover posted this list, oh my god, it broke my heart when I saw how people were reaching out, because it was posting them on his stories, on the Insta stories, and me, I was running there to go and look because I do amebo like that, so I wanted to go and do amebo to see what was written there. Yes, Adebawale said even if they remove the crime, our culture won't let people come out of the closet. Yeah, because of the stigma, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Do you think a day will ever come though when it will be accepted as a way of life? Do you think so? So some people were sending messages to Gistlover to say that they are agege. And the sad part of those messages that I read is that a lot of them said that it was family members. Parents, please listen very carefully. This was one of the reasons I wanted to touch on this. Those people, mostly boys, mostly men, said that, you know how in Nigeria, people pay attention to their daughters more than their sons. Because we don't have that understanding that boys are at risk as well. We never ever paid attention to say, my son can be, abused in that way sexually. We never ever pay attention. It's always the girls that will say, girls will protect. Yeah, it's good to protect girls, but please, parents, pay attention to your sons as well. And I tell you this all the time on this platform, based off of my experience, that a lot of people who are Mongo Parks, when it comes to all these things, is always family members. It might be your brother-in-law, it might even be your sister, your brother. Members of your own household are the ones. It is very rare for you to see people come from outside to come and do anything to your children. So I read one that said that when I was a child, I was 7 years old, an uncle who was living with us was making me, I don't know how to say it. It was heartbreaking. I'm not even going to lie. He said that the uncle was making him to, perform on him. And this is a boy, 7-year-old boy. He said the uncle was making him to put his mouth on his banana all the time. And now he said, I've grown up now. I didn't know what I was doing. He was making me do it for so long. Now I'm an adult. I don't like girls. And the person said, I'm struggling with it. I don't want to be this way. But this is what I've known since I was a child because I was lured into it at 7. So parents, pay attention. No, some people that they say they are your relative, they are demons. So they are demons. They don't know you. They will take advantage of your child. They will take advantage. It's not only girls that they take advantage of. They take advantage of boys as well. Come and see stories. Come and see stories that please hide my identity. This is what happened to me as a child. Yes, that it's time for us to have this conversation. A lot of them are in families and they are hiding and they are using children. You see? Can you imagine? Yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there because this is very, very sensitive. As you are paying attention to your daughters, pay attention to your sons as well. Because boys too can be victim of all sorts of things when it comes to all these Mongo parks taking advantage. A 7-year-old boy doesn't know much. If you are not at home, back in the day, you have relatives that are living with you. You go to work, maybe your husband goes to work, and the Mongo Park uncle will call the 7-year-old boy and open his trousers and say, come and put your mouth here. They won't know. He will give them sweet and say, just put your mouth here. The child will not know what they are doing. A lot of that has happened to children, and they will threaten the children not to say a word. They will tell them, don't say a word. Nǹkan bẹ́ o, nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ o. Don't trust any adult living with you. I'm telling you. In some cases, gone, even the parents self, you cannot even trust too much. Some parents too. I've seen cases of fathers that have impregnated their daughters now. It's too much. There's a lot going on in, hidden. So many really nasty things going on in families. So when you want to, that's why I'm looking, I'm like, okay, these are adults. If they agree that it's not a question of abuse and, using your power and position to get people, then yeah. Yeah. Olivia said, I believe Don Jazzy, it's possible. Well, some, I don't know. It's all allegedly. Mm. Okay, I'm taking calls now. Please give us a thumbs up. It's a very, very uncomfortable topic, but there are lessons in it. When your brothers or relative, cousins, or even friends come to stay with you, don't trust them too much with your children. Don't. Now we have the awareness to install cameras in the house. Back in the day, there was nothing like that. Yeah, boarding school as well. Yeah, a lot of that especially if it's same-sex boarding school. Yes. Yeah, I've heard that one as well. Okay. These are the issues. There's a lot going on, but still our society in Nigeria, yeah, is always in denial. Deny. They will deny. Honey babe, hello darling, welcome. How are you?
I'm fine. Hello, Auntie B. How are you doing? Hello, everybody.
Good. I'm good. Welcome.
Thank you. Um, I think I was going to talk about the beginning of your statement, but I'm going to go to the latter of what you just said recently. I think some people put it in the chat that people are normally assume abuse is normally associated to girls or women, but people need to understand abuse has no respect of gender. And a few people mentioned in the chat, and I was going to mention it about the story of the Mendes brothers. They've been jailed for 34 years. And
that's a real life story, isn't it?
it's a real life story where
I saw it. I saw it
it's
on
really,
Netflix.
really sad to the extent
Hmm.
they didn't, because in the 90s, there wasn't this awareness that as a male, you can be abused. The judge didn't allow a lot of the submissions regarding the abuse. So they were basically convicted on the assumption they allowed their parents based on money. Now they're petitioning for a review because a lot of the statements from both brothers shows the horrific. I mean, I listened to it and I was literally shaking about the
So
horrific abuse that they went through.
the,
And it
the,
goes
the
to show the prejudice at that time in 1990. Sorry, I'll let you speak, Auntie B.
yeah, no, what I was saying is that, I don't know if the film has anything to do with how the whole thing happened in real life.
Yeah.
Because in the film, when I saw the film, is
Hmm.
a series.
Yeah.
Um, they went partying after they deleted their parents, right? They went partying. So I don't know. The film kind of portrayed it like they made up the story about the abuse.
They didn't, because, like I said, their cousin literally unalived himself because of the trauma of knowing what his uncle and his cousins went through. The sister or the mother is now they're trying to campaign to get their case reviewed. There's a lot of evidence that was not brought into the court case. So a
Right.
lot of people are just using the assumption rich boys, I think they were 18 and 21 where they're convicted. There's a lot of stuff that was hidden by the prosecution at that time the judge, you can see, I think they showed the portray, I don't know, in one documentary where the judge was reading a book while one of the brothers was trying to detail a particular encounter with his dad. So I think there's a lot of hearsay. I think when the governor now decides to make a decision and obviously allows them an appeal, a lot of evidence will come up because we're going by a film. A film is going to be sensationalized. I mean, the character of the brothers, they're not, you know, the way they characterize one of the brothers is totally different to what is actually the brothers. I'm not in favor, but I think you can't just assume the person that actually did the film is the family are not happy with the betrayal of their two,
Yeah, they
you know, of the
they
two
betray
sons. So
they
don't
portrayed
assume
them. Yeah, the
in a
movie
very,
portrayed
yeah,
them as the villains. You know, another thing that I'm not even going to lie to you, honey
yeah.
babe. That I was very disturbed by that movie.
It's very disturbed, and I think a lot of people did not know the gravity of what
I told
happened.
my children not to watch it. Do you know why I
Yeah,
told my
I
children
watched
not
it
to
and I
watch
was
it?
I was traumatized.
Yes.
And
Yeah, I told
I
my children, I
think
said, don't
that
watch it. Yeah.
there is a real case of a lot of be convicted and for things they've not done. And if there is abuse, which you wouldn't have a family, you have the mother, the grandmother was campaigning for her grandchildren up until she unalived. The mother, the aunt is
Mm.
campaign. So the thing is, if it was really true, you wouldn't have the family campaigning for these two men. They're
You
50
know the part of
something
the
now.
story, the part of
Yeah,
the story, because they didn't show much in the movie, and the movie
yeah.
is written by somebody who
The,
thought the
the, the
story
thing,
was too
yeah,
sensational,
yeah,
so they
yeah,
put a story out there to sell. Yes, what I found, even if it's
yeah.
a book, in my experience, even books that are made into films, the films are
Mm.
always very shitty. They don't do a good story.
No,
They don't do justice.
and I
Mm.
think that, but you know, and I think for me personally, I don't want to deviate to what we're actually the topic we're talking about, but I think that it's very easy for people to say I don't believe them, their baby. If you've been abused from the age of 6 until 18, would you be acting normally? So I think it's very easy to have this impression that, oh, I don't believe it, they were acting funny, they went dancing, they went clubbing. Like I said, you don't know what you would do in that situation. And from the age of 5, 6 up until 18, do you think you'll be
Yeah.
acting normally? I very much doubt it.
So the younger son
Yes,
said that, okay, so the older son said that the father had abused him, and then the younger son said that the brother abused him.
because from what I remember from, because I watched a lot of the documentaries too, and I think they filmed it. From my understanding, anyone else can jump in or make a comment and correct me, but the understanding I had is he learnt it from his dad. He now apologized in one of the when he was making evidence that I'm sorry for doing what my dad did. He was young.
Yeah.
I'm not excusing it, but I think you're young, you're watching what your dad was doing, and he didn't know it was wrong. Now, in hindsight, you know, because usually people that are abused, they will abuse someone else. We know that
Yeah.
already. So
Mm,
the fact that
mm,
it was said he was abusing his younger brother was probably because he was abused by his dad. I'm not excusing their behavior, but I'm trying to understand it. Do you see
mhm,
what I mean?
mhm. Yeah,
So I
let's
think
bring it home to Nigeria now, because we are
yeah,
talking about back home in Nigeria,
yeah,
and you know how these things are covered up.
yeah,
There's a lot going on, especially with reference to Agege marrying the opposite gender and the
yeah.
consequences of that as well.
I think for me, I think like you said, if it's not if being a gay is not seen as a crime in Nigeria, then it would alleviate things. But I think there has to be a lot of education because as I said,
Mhm.
there's a lot of pressure as a man and a woman to get married. And I think me personally, I have an issue um with with people not being transparent, but when you have a condition and a culture where you're not allowed to be yourself, you're
Yeah,
not allowed to be your true self in terms of your sexual preference, it's a real problem. My only
yeah,
beef is that you should not deceive people and marry someone, have kids with a woman, and then you have this preference. I think you need to be true to yourself. But I do
mhm,
understand people keeping it under the radar because of the fact that you're committing an offense, you can be jailed. But I think there has
mhm,
to be a change of thinking because at the end of the day, my vibe is like whatever you do in your house, as long as you're not hurting anybody, do you. I have real
mhm,
issues when people become policemen of people's business. What my neighbor does in terms of his preference has got nothing to do with me. If he decides
Mhm.
that he prefers to be a gay, how does it concern me? It's
Mhm.
not my business. And I think there's a lot of judgmental people that need to mind their business.
Mhm.
That's the way I see it. But I think until there's a change of law and a change of thinking, and the only way that can happen is talking about it, open dialogue, not shying away from the hard words, the hard subjects that we have to talk about.
Do you
Because
think that
yeah,
and this is question for the people in the comment section, do
yeah,
you think that we will ever be able to remove the shame that is associated with being an agege in Nigeria? Because it's
I
not even like
personally don't
somebody
think
said,
so. Mm,
like somebody said, it's not even about the legislation or that if they
yeah,
said that you will go to jail. There's
yeah.
some people don't care about that. Even if they change the law, it is about the shame. You know,
But
shame
the
is
thing
so
is,
powerful.
I think we Nigerians, what I find quite toxic about our culture is that we are so about what other people think to the detriment of your family. Like
Yeah,
for me
yeah.
personally, and like I said, I'm trying to be realistic. If my sons was to say to me, "Mummy, I am this," I would hope I would have the same eloquency to accept them for who they are.
Mhm,
I'm
mhm,
saying this with all passion and trying to be as transparent as possible because they
mhm,
are still my I have two boys. They are my
mhm,
sons. Because
mhm,
what's more important, because like I said, the more you stigmatize them, the more likely they are to have issues, anxiety, depression, and they might even unalive themselves. Do you want to be responsible for that? So I think that people need to live their happiness. And even
mhm,
if it's not your personal choice, respect people's choices.
mhm,
I think that's the key thing for me, respect people's choices. And I
mhm,
think that this kind of suffocating culture where you don't care about people's mental health, it's all
mhm,
about packaging, it's all about what people think, is so destroying and is basically affecting people, because
mhm.
eventually you can get to a stage where you would want to do certain things to unalive yourself because you're not happy.
Yeah, let me read this comment by Sisi. Sisi said, "Being an agege, it goes against the core of our African values and social structure." Do you know what? That's not correct.
That's not correct. You
It is
say,
not.
Auntie.
It is not correct because you know what? We have it in folk
In
stories,
folklore.
folk
Yeah,
history,
yeah,
folklore, that
yeah.
even the deities back in the days, you see those deities
Yeah, I
that will
remember.
call
Yeah,
Ogun, this, that, all those plenty deities. Some of them were agege.
yeah. And some of them were even, I don't know the word to say, but by a gege. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
So it's
So
not actually
yeah.
against. It's not against. Chimamanda talked about it when she was talking about how there's a
Mm,
cult. Do you also know? You see the reason why I say it's not against our culture. People, it's just because of what people will say. People, the shame. If
yeah.
shame was not associated with it, it's not against our culture because
Hmm.
even before now, in the previous century, in Igbo land, do you know that women used to marry women?
Yes, I heard that from my mom recently. I was
Yes,
quite surprised.
women used to
Yes,
marry women to
I
have
heard that.
to extend their family line. So
Yeah,
as a
I heard
woman,
that.
you can marry a woman. So you see that agege marriage was existing back in this not this century. A long time ago, agege marriage was happening in Igbo land
Yes,
where
it
women
was.
can marry
It was.
women. So how is it against
Yes.
our culture?
So
It's not really against our culture. It's not. Let's say
no,
it's
I,
people's
I I think
sensitivities. Yeah.
it is people's sensitivity, and
Yeah.
what is annoying that a lot, it seems to me, is that a lot of people need to realize that things are changing. And like I said, I just think that personally, as long as it doesn't affect you, you should mind your business. Is That's
That's
how
all.
I see it. People should.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, honey babe. I appreciate you. Thank you for your contribution. You're always bringing it 100%. I can't love you less. So people will now make an excuse because I was listening to a couple of interviews of Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and she made this strong case about how in Igbo land women used to marry women. And then she said the pushback she got from when they were having the conversation is that, oh, but those women that were marrying women is to get men to sleep with the women so that they can have children for them. And then she said, well, you don't know what goes on. Do you actually know what is going on? Yes, is you know physiologically or biologically, it's not possible for a woman to have the seed to get another woman pregnant. You need a man for that. So actually, men were getting them pregnant, but behind that, did you know what they were doing? That's why I was telling Rebecca Hills that was saying that this person, so I don't believe it. You don't know. You never know. You don't know. You don't know. People can live a very secret lifestyle that you will never know. So that's just all I'm saying. So actually, it's not something that is something that we've never heard before. In the northern part of Nigeria, since time immemorial, men have been having relations with men. Not today. Like trans is something that has been existing in the northern part of Nigeria openly that everybody knows about. And people will tell you that northern Nigeria is where, agege is like is forbidden, is against the faith, is against everything. But you see men that are dressed up like women and they were living and going out with all these rich alhajis. What were they doing with them? They just like to dress like women. What were they doing with those men? How many of you have been to the northern Nigeria before? Go and check. Oh, Natu is in Nigeria. She would have told us. This thing I'm telling you is not a joke. It's for real. So it's not really something that is like, oh, if you want to look at it from the religious aspect, like Uzo is saying, we are very religious people, and most religious frown on it. At least on the days of worship. But then again, we've seen pastors that are into the lifestyle. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there's nowhere there's agege like North Junior. Go to North. That is the headquarters. I'll say I was in Kano and I was shocked. Oh my God, North is the headquarters of agege. Serious one. Like you will see men that would dress like women, put lally, put everything. They will even talk like women. Trans are there a lot. So that's the point I'm making. Okay, Ola, hi, welcome.
Oh, thank you, my sister. God bless you, Lord, for allowing me your partner.
No
May
problem.
our ancestors protect us.
Amen.
My sister, this agege of a thing, let's be honest, it cannot survive in Nigeria. Lagos and Abuja is not Nigeria. It can happen in these big cities, but it cannot happen in our traditional area, whereby our gods, Ogun is not for agege. My grandfather worship Ogun. My grandmother worship Olokun. I see when they were praying with these things. Ogun not be even where they go even to the near self. Not be women thing. Because they're very violent thing. Ogun are for protecting the land and protecting the people. Other gods that for the woman to get fertile, have children, and God bless with fertile land and everything. We all come from the tribes. Agege will not come and destroy our tribes. If that what they believe in London, they should put it there. Agege become frequently in Nigeria during Jonathan time when returnees from this western world
That's
started
so
coming.
untrue. Ola, what
No,
are you
no, no, oh,
saying?
no, because I being a village boy, I'm not gonna lie to you.
You
I
you
grew up
know what your village people they do?
no, I see what my grandfather they do, I see the meeting when they do. I
Now
see
only
how
your
the thing is.
grandfather there for the whole village.
Yeah, but not be waiting they the village and the student village. You understand me?
How
I
you
from
take
the
no? How you take no?
because I be a Edo State boy, I
I
come from
beg,
a
leave
traditional place.
story,
I get you
Jerry.
no day, I get
Ola,
you no
leave
be see,
story.
we
I
no
get no
not be
they
waiting.
where.
I get
That
no day.
day, that day, that day. Now
If I
now
get
I want
get
to
day,
talk with
if
you.
I
It
get
day,
day,
it day.
if I get day, they catch you, they go banish you.
Now the cash, now be the
Eh,
thing. They know the
so
cash.
this I get of a thing. They fit done for big city where this thing for the day they
Nah,
do and there
nah,
and
lie.
Abuja city, but
Mm-mm.
those places not be only
So
waiting make
no, I
Nigeria.
get for Edo State.
I know I get every day, but not be where they go to sit with traditional men, where they settle traditional things. Once you enter traditional level, look,
Then they
this
write am
thing,
for person here say be agege. Then they write
eh,
am.
see, you fit do your thing secretly, say they not catch you. You know the consequences if they catch you. And
Mm.
women marry women. Now, if the woman could not have a child,
No,
That first woman could not have a
no,
child. She can
no,
marry another woman
no,
so that he
no,
can give birth for the
no,
whole thing.
Ola, no,
I see the family. No, see, not be agege of
no.
a thing at all. Not be agege, not relate to agege. You understand me?
Okay.
Some of these things, when they and look, if this theater Nigeria, this would allow this man, lady boy, to come spread so. We be say our boys they copyright things. So some of them are money, poverty. Most of these boys who they do this thing, once they lure you to this thing, because you poor, they give you 1 million naira. From all these guys who they do for city, say I will make you a superstar, all these things. Once they don't they used to them, they can't do these things. Some of this background of this agege, what I say they spread so some
You
of
say they spread.
yes, that they
Oh
spread
my
because
God, Kidola, you dey make me laugh. You say they spread. Say no day before. Now they spread.
they spread well now because it is say money and some people with their bad intention all for to do this thing. And once they don't recruit one person, when they're perfect with it, so that they recruit us, but we
I
fit
say
they
you
make
never
money.
go Nigeria for a long time, Ola. Somebody
And
say
they
you never enter Nigeria for
no,
a
and
long
they
time.
go and they go. Look, and they go village and they go everything. Not be waiting they there. No, I'm not saying enough video, but you cannot carry this thing out in a traditional place whereby if you be caught, you know the
Where you
consequences.
come from? Which part of Edo State you come from?
Abiesa,
Is where for Esan you come from?
Abirua.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So you cannot operate this thing
In
in
Irua. In Irua.
not Irua, Uromi, Ekpoma, Iruekpe, even inside Bini, whereby say traditional God they inside that place. Say you call the practice agege say they catch you. That means say you won't bring bad luck to them.
Okay. All right. No wahala. I got you. Okay. No, we're not there here to debate whether Agege they exist for Irua and Iruekme or Bini. That's not the topic. Okay, Rala, you know, say your own they always different. Your own contribution they always different. The point is, what would they talk about be people when they be real Agege where they go marry women, can they make the women suffer? Now the point what would they try to make be that. And also people when they position of authority, they use them, to abuse people because of their position. So I don't know the one when you they talk, brother Ola, but make you leave let's leave it there. Mama R, welcome.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. This is a very complex situation, right? I'm conservative, but I'm also liberal on some aspects. So I understand where you're coming from, Auntie. This is a problem. But for like I said, I'm not a religious person, but I value tradition. In terms it's very complex. People should be who they are. If you are gigi, please just come out so that you don't deceive people's children, and then we have to deal with family
How can they
problems.
come out with people like your brother that just finished talking now? How can they come
Okay,
out?
okay, but auntie, the reality is that I am an Igbo woman. And this thing about women marrying women, it's actually still happening up till today in Anambra. And I'm telling you, there are stories of it's happening up to today. When a man dies, unfortunately, and maybe that man did not leave children, they will actually marry somebody for that man. And the brother will or whatever will impregnate the women. It's unfortunate. It's why women marrying women was mostly for because there was no IVF back then. So
Sissy, will you
so
stop
so there
it?
was no IVF, there was nothing like that. So they marry for their husband or they marry for the man that died
To have children.
to
Yeah.
have children because there was no IVF.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's still going on, and I'm talking to you today. It's going on in Anambra today,
Yeah.
now. So the issue, so it's been traditionally frowned upon because in our culture, the purpose of a man and a woman meeting is to have children. If the man and the woman cannot have children, that is, I'm talking about back then, I'm talking about centuries before, then
Yeah.
why are they meeting? So that is why it's kind of fun. Unfortunately, because like I said, I study history. This man and man thing, and I lived in the Middle East. It came from the Arabs. Even if you want to go to the Bible, Sodom and Gomorrah was in the Middle East. It came from the Arabs. When the Arabs came into Africa, the first reported man on man is from the Arabs. They came, and that's why you see in the north, in Morocco, that's where you see a lot of.
I thought their faith
It,
does
do-
not allow it.
it doesn't allow it. I can tell you from my little experience with living with them, doesn't allow it.
Mm,
But I guess it's just so bad. Like they can't control the urge. So it's really bad. Like I'm telling
right.
you, I live in the Middle East and I can tell you it is not. It's not even. I didn't want to go there. It's horrible, right? I wouldn't leave my child there. But I'm
Right.
saying that in our culture,
Mm,
because of the purpose of a man and woman meeting is for
mm,
to bear children.
mm-hmm,
So that's why it's kind of complex now. Sure, you
mm-hmm.
get. So me personally, I
In
hope
this
my child
modern day now, yeah,
in this modern in 2024,
yeah.
would I want my child to come out and tell me that she's, an agege? Personally, no, I wouldn't. But if she does come out and tell me, I will accept her because that is my child, right? But I feel like we should be careful what we pick, right? We shouldn't say because the West is doing it, then we should do it,
But
And
do you have a choice? I mean, you're making it sound as if it's something that somebody is selling to someone. Are you? I mean, that statement you made now that we should be careful about, what we teach.
yeah,
Is this is a decision that
I
you
know,
have no. It's not anybody selling into anybody. Do you understand?
I know that.
It's not
That's
like
why I
you are
say
encouraging a way of life.
I
But
know
what I'm saying is that it exists.
it exists.
And people are harming other people as a result of being in denial
That
because the
is the
society
problem.
does not allow them to live their own time. That is where me I'm coming in. Oh.
Mm. So now, are you saying we should allow traditional? If you allow man, we should allow traditional marriage. If it's going to be, like, we have to think about this thing through. We have to think it through. If we allow it now, so are you going to have a traditional marriage of a man, an Igbo traditional marriage of a man and a man
Would you rather
in my
not?
village?
Would you rather that the man that
Sorry,
is a gay goes and marry a woman and will not sleep with the woman and start having a gay boyfriends?
I
Would you
don't know that.
prefer that? Is that
That
the
is
option
why.
you
That is
want
why
to
I'm saying it's complex. Like I don't know the solution, but personally, I like to think about things through. Right? If we say allow it, so in my village, are you not going to have igbanku of a man and a man?
I don't know whether they're going to have in Banku or in Banku. All I know is that people are marrying people that they have no business marrying. Do you know
I
what?
agree.
It's
I
not even
agree.
the people, the aggregate man or woman themselves. It's
Mhm.
the spouse that suffers.
That's the problem. I don't know.
And
That's why
if they have children, those children will suffer.
that
Because
is the
at the end of the
problem.
day, okay, put yourself as a woman now. You say you're a traditional woman, right? Put yourself in a position, God forbid, that you yourself, as a woman that likes
Mm,
men,
mm.
I'm assuming, no, I don't know.
I do. Duh.
Okay, that you
Mhm,
like men, that you
mhm,
are not married. One
mhm,
day you will come home and catch your husband
mhm.
on top of or under another man.
Oh boy, that's a
What
that's a
no,
night.
no, no. This is the reality of
I
women.
know. I know. Auntie, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know what to say. It is a very. I think I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't. I mean, it bothers me in my mind because I'm thinking. I do honestly think about it as because I have children, and I think about it. I'm like, what am I going to do? And I'm like, I'll just have to accept it. But I'm not happy with it. But I will accept it. But
Let
I
me
don't like. I
let
don't
me
know.
should
I
I tell
don't
you
know.
something? When I first came to this country, I used to watch a TV station here called
Mhm,
Channel 4. Sisi, I don't know if Honey Baby is still there. I was
mhm,
watching Channel 4,
mhm,
and that Channel 4, I don't know, maybe it's the producers. Me, this is
mhm,
me now very naive from
mhm,
Nigeria. Agege was not a thing then that you
mhm,
talk about, or you just hear it, but it's not
mhm,
it wasn't like the social media that is making everything in your
mhm,
face now, right?
mhm,
And then I saw this young men coming
mhm,
out.
mhm.
Guess where they are from?
Ah,
Okay, your guess is as good as mine. Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know. I don't know what to say. I'm scared.
exactly.
I don't know. Like I
Yeah.
said, but I wouldn't personally want my children to be taught that in school. But
If
what
you,
can I
if
do?
yeah, if you want to talk about the way, especially a country like the UK pushing
Mm-hmm.
agenda, yeah, I'm against.
Mm-hmm. I'm
I've
against
spoken
that.
about it. I've done videos
Mm-hmm.
about how UK schools, it's like
Mm-hmm.
that is their sole agenda.
Mm-hmm. I feel so
Especially from
too.
primary school, they start teaching. No, I'm against
Yes.
that. Please
Yes.
don't teach my children. I didn't send
Yes.
my children to school to go and learn about Kerewa. It's to go and learn.
Mm-hmm.
Leave them. I will teach them
I
Kerewa at
will
home.
teach them.
Eh-heh.
Yes.
But you know, at a point when back in the day, you could they will ask you if you want your
Mm-hmm.
children to learn. They
Mm-hmm.
will send a form home to tick the form to say if you
Mm-hmm.
want them not to be in the class. But now the option is not there for parents. They've taken the power away from parents. So if you talk about it from that angle, I'm completely against it.
Mm.
I'm completely against it. I don't think the government has the right to be teaching my child about
Mm-hmm.
Kerewa at the age
I,
of 8.
I don't think so too.
Yeah.
I don't
So,
think
but
so.
for grown people, I just think that, there's a lot of people are messing up other people's lives.
I
And
believe
it's
so.
not fair.
I believe so. I don't know, honestly. And I'm going to say something that is not that you might not agree with. That is why I always say, let's be checking before we, I will not say much because of people that are Christians, but it's good to check.
Even
Sure,
if
you
you
get.
check, sometimes you check. You
Sometimes you check,
check.
but at least it's 80, at least 80%. And it's not a guarantee because some people go both ways. But
Mm,
it's good to also check. But I'm sorry if I'm offending Christian people, but I'm just saying what I'll tell my own child. Good to check, just in case. But
mm.
God will help us.
Amen. Thank you, Mama.
Olawa Akaliwa, God will help us.
Eshiro, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much,
All right.
Mama. Hmm. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah. That is it's complex. It's complex, but I don't know. May God help us. So the way this world is going now, self is even scary. My people, you think it's Agege that is the problem we have? Agege is not a problem, that we have. I read in the news today, a young boy of whether 16 or so, by himself because of AI robots. Did you see that news, Uzo? That he was talking and having relationship with AI. Yanka, you people think it's a agege that is our problem.
I didn't
AI
see the
might be the
news
problem.
though.
That I saw that the mom came out to say that her son was having a relationship, sexual relationship with AI. Yanka. And that the AI character was Daenerys Targaryen of Game of Thrones, 14-year-old. And the character, the AI character now say, come home. I want you to come home. That's how that boy went and deleted. He went and unlived himself. So
Mm.
I don't know where I don't know where this world is going to. Mm, I don't know. It's getting crazy. It's getting really crazy. Welcome, Uzo. How are you, darling?
I'm very well, Auntie. Good afternoon. Hello, Bodo fam. Good afternoon, everyone. I just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to jump in, and just, make a little contribution. I just think that, we as humans are just complicating our lives. Um, if someone is, attracted to like the same sex, right? I just think that they can actually live their truth. You don't actually have to marry the opposite sex and then complicate people's lives. I don't think it's that hard. I believe that why these things happen is because many, I'll say Africans cannot, they can't they can't own their stuff, right? If you think, yes, if you're attracted to males, you just stick to it. Your parents, they don't pay your bills anymore. You're an adult, you take care of yourself, you're responsible for yourself. So why do you have to, should I say, quote and unquote, like, please the parents? If you feel that this is your lifestyle, this is how, quote and unquote, you were created, why do you have to marry the opposite sex just to give grandchildren and complicate people's lives? I don't even know why this is even a topic. The only time I have a problem is when you're trying to initiate, younger um children into such acts, when they're not able to make, you're trying to initiate them. We see that happen in the church and all that, that's when I have a problem. But if you're an adult and you find a consenting adult, you guys should just do you and just focus on what you want to do and leave the facts. I also wanted to say that from my understanding of the Igbo culture, I know that in the times of our parents, like the baby boomers and all those other people, the older folks, I know that if a woman, and they used to have like so many children back in the days, unlike now, right? And even if a woman had had 4 children for her husband and she decided that, oh, she thinks her husband, that's the first wife, thinks that her husband deserved it, she would marry a wife for him, not for herself. Whatever they do, I don't know what they do in the room because I'm not
No,
with
that one
them,
is
right?
different. That's
Yes.
different. That one
No,
is
that's
different.
no, because you had mentioned it and said, oh, Chimamanda was saying
No,
and
no,
all
no, no.
that.
That's not the one I'm saying. That one you're saying
Okay.
they do it all across
Yes,
Nigeria. Marrying
yes.
a wife for your husband. No, this one is the one where there is no husband anymore. So, for
I've
instance,
never heard of that one before.
you
No.
research it. It's there now. They do it.
Okay. Maybe I will go
Um,
and do the
so the
research,
one I'm
but
talking about, no, the one of marrying wives for your husband is done across everywhere across Africa, Nigeria especially. It's not only in Igbo land. The one I'm talking about is the one where the man, let's say a man and a woman, they get married and
mm-hmm,
they die
mm-hmm,
before they have children.
yes.
So the woman will marry a man because of the name. You know
But
how
yes,
the last caller was saying about marriage was primarily because of
yes,
to further the family line. It was mainly because
yes.
of procreation to have children.
But
So
wait, but I find that ludicrous because if men are crying about DNA scam and all that, why does it make sense? Because the man is late, right? So
mhm,
how are they marrying someone else that's not even the man's seed?
yeah,
If what's the difference between
so
DNA? Why
because
are
they
they
will
shouting
marry the
DNA
woman and
scam
pay their
if they are
bride
doing this?
price because
And
in
pay
the
a bride
land,
price, but the
yes,
man is late. He can't even procreate with her. So that's
it's not
ludicrous if
another
you
man.
ask me.
Another man will get her pregnant, then she'll have children. The children will belong to the family of that
Oh,
woman.
that's okay. Well,
I'm
it's just
surprised that you don't know
insanity.
about it.
No, I don't know. I guess I'm not in the world because I I,
No,
I don't know.
it's a culture that has existed since time immemorial in Igbo
Mm,
land, and it still does, according
okay.
to yeah, it does in Anambra State. They still do it. Yeah.
Okay, it's possible. It's possible. I'm not this. I don't dispute the fact. If you say it's happening and people are also agreeing with it, then
Chinyere said
yeah.
when they marry a wife, the man is no longer in the picture at all.
Mm,
It's actually true. I found out later
yeah.
on that one. One of our house help when I was a little girl, she was married by a woman. Yeah, women marry
Mm,
women. Yeah.
okay.
Mm.
Okay, well, like I said, if it works for them, my only issue is when it becomes abuse and, you're indoctrinating little children and are abusing them. That's the only time I have a problem. But I think we should just, you know, like I said, Nigerians and Africans, we're religious people. We might have, like you were saying that, oh, these things were in existence, but you forget that the white people brought Christianity, right, to Africa, and you can see that many Africans take, even if there are many of them that are Baal and very evil, they take things like literally like, oh, same-sex marriages and relationships, they are strictly against it because of the religiosity of Africans. This is what our Bible and Quran, I believe the Quran too doesn't support,
Mm.
same-sex marriages and,
No,
and
at all.
relationships. So
No,
that's the reason why many
I
of
think
them are.
Christians even have more tolerance towards Agege than Islam
Mhm.
has zero tolerance to it. It's
Ye-
completely against law. But you
Yeah.
heard
So
somebody that called. Did you hear the person that called from the Middle East? She said that's
no,
the headquarters.
yes, I know that it,
So
it
that's
happens
to tell
a
you
lot
that
up there. That's what I'm
that's
telling you
to
that
tell you that
everybody is
every
just a
religion there is
disguise.
hypocrisy around it. People
Exactly.
are
That's
just
it. Everybody,
deceiving
people are
themselves.
hypocrites. They're not
Yeah,
going to bring it. It's what they believe they are doing in their private corner. They're not
yeah.
bringing it like, to people's faces. They're not going to show you outside. They're not
The
going to
people that
express that
signed the
love
bill
outside. Exactly. They are
in
doing
Nigeria, the people that
it
signed that bill
in
in
their
Igbo law,
private corners.
some of them are Agege people.
Of course, it's possible.
Hmm.
Of course, they're squandering money. There's a lot of cash to go around. They will have extracurricular activities. So yeah, so these are the issues. I just think that we should just focus on our own lives and leave people alone. Like I said, if that's what they want to do, so far they are consenting adults, let them continue to do it amongst themselves. If the law says they don't want this because of our religiosity, I think it's only right, that they respect the law and maybe move to countries that is more tolerant of their sexuality. I think
Mm.
that's just all I'm going to say today. It's nice, hopping here and chatting with you, Auntie, and it's just nice to always touch base with Obode Farm. Obode Farm, thank you for
Thank
listening to me
you.
today. Love you guys and
Love you,
enjoy the rest of
darling.
your day. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You're welcome. Anytime, any day. Okay. We're coming to an end now. People did not like this video. I've not had subscribers for God knows how long. We are on a standstill and it's not making me happy, guys. Please help my ministry. Help this ministry to go to the permanent site. Like this video. Okay. Jake, hello. Welcome. Can you hear me, Jake? Hello. I have Jake in the studio, but he's not talking. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening.
Oh, hi. Where are you joining us from? I haven't seen you
Uh,
before.
yeah, I just joined today from
Oh,
Nigeria.
today. Oh,
Yes,
fantastic. Thank you so much. You are in
thank
Nigeria?
yes, yes.
Oh, how is Nigeria?
Yeah, very fine. And yeah,
I
it's
miss
cool.
Nigeria. Oh. I'm not even going to lie. I miss Isiewu. I miss all the fresh food.
All right, Lady D, a quick one, right? So,
Okay.
okay, I the first speaker that said something, right? I picked some things from her saying talking about like shame from the Agege people, right? I kind
Mm,
of disagree with what she said because to me, I'll put more blames on the Nigerian parents, right, for not
mhm.
protecting the child very well. You see, a
Right.
lot of Nigerians, because of this thing, religion, right, it
Mm,
has magneted in their head, it has glue in their head, right?
mm.
Because tell me, if you say, oh, children are from God, and hello,
Yeah, go ahead. I'm hearing you.
hello,
Yeah, we can hear you,
okay,
Jake. Go
all right,
ahead.
okay. So
Mm,
if you say,
mm,
okay, if you say children are from God, right, and
mm.
you love your children, so tell me, why will you be ashamed to accept your children? Because you see this Agege guys today outside there who grow up and they're not being proud to tell their parents that, oh, see, this is my sexuality.
Mm,
It's because they are ashamed or probably scared of the reaction that they might get from their parents, right?
mhm,
Your
mhm,
child comes back from school today and try telling you, "Oh, mommy, I was abused by so person. I was being touched," and you just like shut the child down. Like, stop that.
mhm.
Do you know what you're saying? Do you know what you start praying? Because of all these things, the child is seeing all those things, growing with it, and at the end of the day, they picture these things in their head. Their memory is so young, and before you know, they don't have that relationship with you, right? And continuity, they are being abused. After being abused, they grow up with it and they turn out to be against, right?
So let me just make a quick point there.
Okay.
It is not all Agege people that were abused. Some people are born Agege naturally. So that's
Yeah.
a misconception. That's one of the misconceptions that we Africans have, that oh, it's because they were abused. Yeah, some were, but not all. Majority were not. It's not because it's just some of them will tell you this is the way God created them. This is who they are
Okay.
attracted to. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. But
Mm.
basically, my point is still on the parents, right? Because I've seen a situation where a child, a friend of mine who is an agege, like
Mm.
he said, okay, you know what? I want to like open up. I just want to tell my parents that this is my sexuality. And
Mm.
at the end of the day, his parents were like, you don't have to say so. You need deliverance, right?
Uh-huh. I
And then
bind
where
you,
is
I
love?
cast you.
Yes.
They
Where is
will
the
drag
love?
him to church for deliverance. He's in trouble now.
Exactly. So where is the
Uh-huh.
love? So at the end of the day, these children, these young adults, these agege people feel very bad and they can't even
Mm.
open up and they feel so ashamed, right?
Yeah, that's why
So
a lot of, I mean, if Agege, most Agege people in Nigeria who are really Agege, they will have, especially if they don't have the means, they will have issues with anxiety, depression, and because even the conversation around it, how it is, it's not pleasant. People are Africans Nigerians are so homophobic. It's too much.
Exactly.
Mm.
Very, very homophobic. Should I
Yeah,
shock
yeah, we
you?
are. We are.
Should I tell you that most agege who get married here in Nigeria, some of their parents are aware that they are agege, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But they just
Mm-hmm.
want to cover up that society pressure. So
Absolutely.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So their parents are aware already. They are ashamed. I mean, if a child come out today or my child come out today and tell me, see, you know what, dad, I'm a queer person, I'm gay. I will definitely embrace you. For you even having that courage to like tell me what you are doing in your house is not my business. Your sexuality is not my business. Do you understand? But most
Mm.
Nigerian parents are so homophobic that they can't even stand it. After the prayer and
Mm.
everything, the next thing they say, oh, you know what? They will start having a family meeting and they tell you, you know what? We need to give him a partner. He has to get married and start
Mm.
having children. Maybe that will deliver him from
Yeah.
that state.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's the most biggest problem. The biggest homophobic problem comes from Nigerian
Mm.
parents. I wouldn't even lie to
So,
you.
so as a young man, you sound like a young man, Jake.
Yes, yes.
Do you see this like you have, men your age who actually are gay, but would never come out to their parents or to
I
anyone
have a
about
lot.
it
I have a lot who
in
are
Nigeria?
addicted. Exactly. And they will never come out. They will never come
Yeah.
out. Not just because of the society pressure. In terms of career, they will tell you, I don't want my colleague to know. I don't want. And I mean, I was like, are you sure you can keep up with this? Do you understand? But sometimes I don't blame them because of the kind of country the family
Yes,
themselves.
absolutely. And
Yeah,
some of those your friends who are gay will end up marrying women, I'm sure. At
exactly.
some
So that's
point, if
just
they cannot resist the parents, the pressure from
exactly,
parents.
exactly.
That,
So
that
that's
is where
where
the problem is.
yes, and parents should do more. Love your child. I mean, they are your children, your blood. So when if you bash them inside, tell me how outsiders will bash them, how outsiders will treat them. If you're not treating them well, then
Mm.
obviously it will be times 10 of what outsiders will treat them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, some of the parents would think that if they can just have a wife, maybe they would change. And some of them
Exactly.
will think, I'll pray it out of you. Let's look for a very hot prophet that will help us to cast that demon out of you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm.
So parents should do more. They should protect their
So
child.
you're saying that parents should love their child irrespective of
Exactly.
their
No matter
retention. Yeah.
exactly. They should do more on
Mm.
that. Yes. They
Mm.
should do more. Thank you
Mm.
very much.
Thank you, Jake. It's lovely talking to you. Please call us again, okay?
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate you, my dear. God bless you. Thank you. Wow. You see, Jake, Ola was saying the other time, pay is not in my village. Maybe it's Lagos. It's this, is that. That is somebody from Nigeria, a young man saying that a lot of my friends, a lot, are gay, and they're going to end up marrying women. So Jake just, what I was trying to achieve tonight on this show is just, he summarized it for me. So we have a problem. The problem is not that some people are agege or straight. The problem is that a lot of agege people are going to end up marrying women, and this is going to result in a lot of heartaches. This is how I want everybody to be thinking about this. Ọlọ́run gbà wá o. It's nǹkan ń bẹ. Okay. Hello, Ola.
Yes, hello, I'm here.
Hi, Ola. Welcome.
Yeah, I don't usually call into any program, but what people are saying tonight just bugged me a little bit. People saying that people that usually turn gay and are the one that are abused in as young person in church, and then there are people introduce them to the gay lifestyle. That is not true actually. Uh,
Okay.
People don't get introduced to gay lifestyle. They're just born like that. It's not something you have, uh, like a choice over. I mean,
Right.
you look at our biology. I mean, when and your embryology. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, many reactions take place during that time to determine who you are. If any one of those reactions go wrong, I mean, it can result into anything. Like all of these men that are in American jail. If you do like a DNA stereotype on them, you find out many of them having an extra Y, chromosome in their, you know, um, genetic profile, which makes
Wow.
them,
Mm-hmm.
extra, what they are, and I'm not saying people that are born that will be criminal, but they are much more susceptible. I mean, same for people that are gay. We don't know what's going on inside of them. We don't have any of the answer, but to say like people that are abused when they were young, that's why they turn gay. That's where
Mm-hmm.
like we
Mm-hmm.
think pedophilia equals to being homosexual. That is so wrong.
Yeah,
And
nobody said that. I don't know if they had that conversation in the comment section while I wasn't
yeah,
looking.
we had that. We had people.
Yeah, no,
People were
that's
saying,
that's that's
I
BS.
mean that's not true at all.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
for one reason, I mean, people saying I mean, homosexualism is spreading to Nigeria like it's not some kind of
Yeah, like the
TV
disease.
that can
Yeah.
spread. That is
Yes.
wrong.
Yes.
I mean, it's not a disease. It's not, it's just a lifestyle. It's not even a lifestyle. I mean,
Mm.
even consider yourself like, people telling you not to be straight. How will you take that? How will you feel? Like, people just drop you in an island that it's against the law to be straight. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
tell me how you
Mm-hmm.
will feel.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so strange to you. Like, I don't know this like kind of life they're telling me to live. That is
Mm-hmm.
how gay people live, I mean, feel in normal society. But in our Nigeria, it's even against the law.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is so backward. I mean,
Yeah.
don't we have many other things to deal with? But we are criminalizing people's life. That is just really really backward. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I understand people want to be religion, they want to be spiritual. Good, leave and let other people leave. That's just my
Mm-hmm.
own point. I mean,
So, what are your thoughts? You live in the West. I'm assuming that you're
yeah,
in
I
the
live in
West.
Carolina. Yeah,
Where? North Carolina.
yeah,
Okay. So, I mean, we are talking about it in the context of like you hear the caller that called before, a young man who lives in
yeah.
Nigeria. You heard what he said? Because I asked him, I said, do you have friends who are agege? And he said, lots of them. And they will never. And a majority of them, if not all, because, when we talk about parental pressure, it's not everybody that can withstand pressure from their parents. Marry, 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 marry. I want grandchildren. I want grandchildren. So a lot of them are going to end up marrying women. What is there a solution to this?
Well, let me tell you something. Before I ever left Nigeria, I didn't know what gay lifestyle, homosexual lifestyle. I don't even know like men supposed to be with men, women are supposed to be with. So men can be with men, women can be. I didn't know anything until
Mm-hmm.
I got here and I saw that. But when I was going to elementary school in Nigeria, I went to school in Ibadan. There was
Mm-hmm.
this particular boy. I
Mm-hmm.
won't say his name. That
Yeah.
we go on the field, all the boys, all that time the boys and the girls they play separately. All the
Mm-hmm.
boys will be going play football, all the girls will be doing that 10-10, whatever that is, and skipping rope and whatever. Whenever we go on break, he don't never go with us.
Yeah.
He's always going with the girls.
He wants to
And
go with the girls. Yeah.
always. It's not you
Mm-hmm.
want to. Always going with the girls. His
Yeah.
mentality is like everything about him is like a girl. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean I don't know. We don't know anything about sexual, homosexual, whatever, gay. We just left him to be on his own. We leave and we let him leave. None of his lifestyle. It doesn't mean it's not being our friend. No, he's continuing to be our friend. And
Mm.
we invited him to go play football. No, he won't play. We left him alone. I
It
think
doesn't have that testosterone. What that testosterone that men have
no, no, no.
that
He
make them to
doesn't.
be rugged.
No,
It
no, no,
doesn't
no, no,
have
no.
it.
No, no. He was so good in 10-10. I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, and like I'm saying, look, like if we keep on saying this lifestyle should be against the law, what we're going to end up is creating a society where it should be convenient for this kind of men to be marrying to women, like you said, and
Mm-hmm.
then in the eventual eventuality of it, we will create so much heartbreak, so
Yeah.
much spoiled life, so much
Mm-hmm.
ruined life,
Mm-hmm.
because you want to create, a society that doesn't even an idealistic society that doesn't supposed to exist at all. I mean, why are we creating that law? For what reason? I
Yeah.
mean, is it? I mean, are you gonna go into the bank? I'm gonna get you money because
Yeah.
you ban homosexuality. What?
Is hypocrisy. I see it as hypocrisy, to be honest. That law, because as far as I'm concerned, the people that signed that law into place, that all those people, all those alleged wearing their agbada and sitting in the Senate and passing all these laws. Some of them are sitting on this table comfortably. But as you know, Nigeria is a very hypocritical place. It's all about the way you are seen, it's about image. So if you are not caught, even the way the thing is worded, they say if you are caught.
Ugh.
But look at that. They say if you are caught, how are you going to catch somebody that is sleeping with some? Even for man and woman that they're having care, are you going to catch somebody sleeping with somebody on the streets? They'll carry their bed and come on the street for you to catch them, Abby.
Oh, it is ridiculous.
If
I
you are
mean,
caught,
if I mean, did you hear the story about that Abuja madam that that was killed on the street in Nigeria? I mean, in a civil society like that, we aspire to be. Our measure will be the way we treat the least among us. I'm not saying
yeah,
homosexual people and gay people are the least, but
yeah,
now we have put them into that
minority.
position.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
by
would say
making
that
that
they are
law.
minority. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if
Mhm,
you want to see how good you are, all of you that you're carrying your Bible, you go to church on Sunday.
mhm,
Is this how you want to treat, a human being just like you? Because
mhm.
they're not doing things like you want them to do it. It is so crazy. It is unbelievable.
Yeah. It's not a I know we're very religious. I'm Nigerian, you are Nigerian, so we know each other very well. It's not a society, it's a very religious society, but it's also a very corrupt society. It's also a society where there's not a lot of kindness. There's not a lot of kindness, and that's why you see somebody said that they refuse to address the issue of child marriage in the north, where you have children as young as 12, 13, 14 being married off to all these old men. They won't address that. Have you seen them pass a law in the Senate to address child marriage?
Hmm.
No, because they don't want to offend the sensibilities of the people who practice this thing. Which one is more between two consenting adults who decide to sleep with one another and sleeping with a child who doesn't have the capacity to consent to having sex with an adult? Which one should be priority?
Hmm. Hmm.
But they won't look at it. Do you know why? Most of them are married. A governor in the north married a 14-year-old Egyptian girl.
Yeah.
This
Wow.
man was 60 something year old. Do you
Hmm.
see them talking about it? No, because it favors them. That's the kind of society that we have.
Hmm.
Child marriage, 14-year-old, 15-year-old marrying 80-year-old, 70-year-old man. Just have money.
I mean, you would think all this church that we go in Nigeria, our religiosity, we give us, a genuine way, a kind way to treat our fellow human being.
Nah,
No, it's just setting us
nah. It's,
backward, making us
it's
harden at heart, making us much more evil. So if they brought all these gay people out and killed them, will that make you happy? It's a
mm,
question.
mm.
I mean, it is ridiculous, man. It is just ridiculous. I'm sorry. Just what I want to say.
Thank you.
It just bugged my mind. But
It bothers you, yeah. It will bother you if you live in the West and you are somebody that is you are open-minded. Yeah, it will bother you, to be honest. I completely see where you're coming from. Thank you so much, Ola, for calling us. You haven't called before, but this one really touched you today. I appreciate you. Yeah. There are issues, and this is what I was saying when we started the show. I was saying the issues in Nigeria, there are plenty. Africa has so many issues, but our leaders will rather keep you focused on things that are not important. Somebody has mentioned another one, FGM. Yeah, thank you, Black Diamond. Child marriage. Nobody will talk about that. Mm-mm. Let's forget about that the whole country is about to collapse because of the economy that is so bad. My family member called me and told me, do you know what's happening now? People are deliberately buying themselves because they cannot cope. Cost of living. You know how some Nigerians who have money used to brag, I have 5 cars, I have 6 cars. Most of the cars are grounded now because people cannot afford to put gas. Chai, my country. People cannot afford to petrol on their cars, and you guys are worrying about things that does not affect your daily life. Are we? If I talk, they say it's because you are supporting the lifestyle. It's because you are support. It's not about support. It's not within my power. I'm not that powerful. All I know is that whatever two consenting adults decide to do with their bodies, it's not my business. As long as both of them have the ability and the capacity to consent, that's all I need. Once you're able to consent, you have your mental abilities intact, you are not deranged, you are not sick, you are not a vulnerable adult or child. It's none of my business. But the real issues, they keep you guys distracted. The Nigerians who live in Nigeria, they keep them distracted with non-issues that don't affect their life. Meanwhile, the real issues are biting hard. Nobody's talking about it. People are selling off now. Do you know that people are selling off their properties now? The diasporans are selling off everything they have in Nigeria now because they are like, nah, it's not going to happen. Going back is something that is nearly almost going to be impossible now. Ngozi, you want to come in? I was just about to go, but I'll share because of you. I love you, so I'll share for you. Okay, jump in quick, darling. I was just rounding up. That was my closing summary. So come and speak your American English. Let's go. Yeah. Let's focus on what is important. Let's talk about that teacher who's not been paid for 3 months, 6 months. The pensioner that has not received their pension for 1 year. People that cannot feed. Let's talk about things that affect everybody's daily life. Not who is sleeping with who. It's none of my business. Ngozi, welcome, my love. How are you?
Hi, TB. Hi, everyone. How are you?
Hi.
Yeah, it's a really sensitive, but it's a really important topic. And some people will say, if you're not a part of that community, then like, why would you even care, right? Or like, why is it important to you? The reason why, as a woman, I would say, it's so important. I commented earlier on this is that we that are single and we're in the dating field and we're experiencing certain things, this is affecting us as even in the diaspora because people would think, okay, we're in the Western world, people be more open to it. No, we're still foreigners, we're still Africans. People can't come out. Even in America, even in UK, even in Canada, where there's so much more freedom and there's so much more, it's more open. A lot of people from our where we're coming from still have that fear. So you're
Mhm.
noticing in the dating world, you're meeting a lot of not a, I won't say a lot because I don't want to over exaggerate, but you're meeting people and you're noticing things and you're hearing things about them. And a lot of these guys, like we mentioned, that we may suspect either they're delaying it because they want to live their truth, right? They don't want to live the life that maybe their uncles or their forefathers had to live. They don't truly want to be with a woman. And then there's another subset that get pressure to still get married
Mhm.
because they can never, like, they just think about their mothers. Like, they
Yeah.
can never imagine telling their Nigerian mother that, like, it's like some women, some mothers won't survive it. Like literally, they can't survive it. So when
Yeah.
they think about that, they'll just find, some woman, cover it up, and live like that. And eventually, women, as much as we may say, women were smart. We start to pick up on things. A lot of women, after a while, they will know. You can't tell me they don't know. A lot of
Mhm.
women, they will start suspecting, they'll start having ideas, things will start coming out. That's why they always say rumor, there's always some truth in most of the times when you hear things going around. It may not be 100% true, but there's always some truth to it. So where I feel like a lot of the concern comes in, and people say that it's not promoting it, because at the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do.
I don't know
That's
how,
just the
how, how
truth.
you're promoting anything. How are
They're
you going to
viewing it
promote
as
it?
promoting it. That's why they don't want to allow the
Because talking
marriage,
about it
because you're talking
for
about it,
that
right? They
person
look at it
is
like you're
promoting.
promoting it.
Yeah.
You're saying
How
that
dare
it's
you talk
good.
about it?
Yeah, they look at it like you're promoting the lifestyle, like the Western world. I always say the only difference in the West and somewhere like Nigeria is that people are just more open about it. But it doesn't mean that it's not happening. It's happening everywhere. It's happening. It's been happening. I remember going to Nigeria as a child and seeing things, and I had to ask my mother, and she didn't. I think it's also too because if you grow up in that culture, there's a lot of things that people don't pick up on as quick because people don't view sexuality in the same way that maybe someone that grew up in the Western world does. So I think, certain things we will see and we'll just like it will be off to us, but maybe a typical Nigerian will just look over it. They'll say, "Oh, there's nothing there. It's not a." People till today will argue that Bobrisky is no, that he's gonna one day marry a
A
woman that is.
man, a
They would,
woman.
yeah, they would argue. I
Even
argue
though
with people.
Bobrisky has told them over
They
and over
will
again that
argue
he's a
today
woman.
that it's not true. It's not true. That it's just like it's no, like they don't want to hear that. So when you're dealing with people like this that can still believe that up until now, it's almost like this. It's like a fight you will never win. So you also don't blame people why they just want to live their quiet life.
Avoid
They don't
it.
want to put
Yeah.
themselves through all of that. They just back out. They just want to be low key, live their life even if people are speculating, as we said, people will always kind of know. The talk always comes out, but like you said, no one can ever truly confirm it. And what I've learned from Nigerians is that they don't really go by how you look; they go by what you say. So if you never say it, everyone's gonna leave you alone. Doesn't matter how you're dressing. It doesn't
Especially
matter
if you've been
how,
married before.
yeah, and it doesn't matter how feminine you are. It doesn't matter even if people are suspect. As long as you don't like confirm it, people don't care. It's once you confirm that it becomes a problem. So I think that it's something that a lot of people are going to start dealing with. Having children outside of America and having people come out to their parents is a real thing. Like it's not we're not making this up. This is things that a lot of our parents that they're struggling with. So I think that to not talk about it or act like it's not happening in our culture, we're doing ourselves a really big disservice because it doesn't stop it from happening. I know
Yeah.
it's a sensitive topic. Trust me, it's a sensitive topic for the average Nigerian person. They don't really want to talk about it. It's something that they rather not speak on. It's something that they rather just
Pretend
brush
like it doesn't
across.
exist.
Yes, yes. I'm telling you, arguments I've gotten in with people, like they don't want to hear it. Like they don't want to talk about it, but it's happening. So you not talking about it is not changing the reality. Like it's almost like it's like it's hard. I can only imagine people in the community what they go through.
And the average Nigerian is homophobic. Let's be
Oh
honest.
my gosh, extremely. And they don't
Yeah.
care. Extremely. Extremely. And they won't bite their tongue on it. They won't try and even sugarcoat it. They won't try and
Yeah,
make
you
it
see
secret.
how that Ola was saying that our forefathers, the gods, these that are trying to explain the gods and all that, that it doesn't happen in his hometown. He was saying, in my hometown,
I'm
it can
telling you,
happen Nigeria is bigger than Lagos and Abuja. It
Auntie
doesn't happen
B,
in my hometown.
Auntie
And then I
B,
asked him where his hometown is. He told me,
yeah, and then Auntie B, how long
"Hometown
ago was
where?"
Obama president? I still talk to Nigerians up to this day that would tell me Obama was a good president. But what's the one thing they didn't like about him? What's the one thing he did
He passed
wrong?
that law.
Thank
Yeah.
you. That's the
Yeah.
one thing they will use
That's why they
against
like Trump.
Obama.
That's why they don't like
Yes,
Obama.
and I'm
Obama
just like,
passed the law.
up until this day, how many
Yeah,
years since he's been president, they will bring up
yeah,
that one thing that they didn't
yeah.
like
They
that he did.
hated him for that. They said he
They
promoted
really,
that lifestyle.
but the question I'm saying is that then now people now leave and go and find somebody and go get married that they didn't like because he passed the law. The people were living in the house. They were already like it's such a backwards mindset because the people were already in. They were already who they are. He didn't now go make them something that they weren't. But the average Nigerian doesn't see it that way. They look at it like he pushed it, like he accepted it, so he made it more.
He made it legitimate. Yeah,
Yeah, like it's
yeah.
crazy. But the people, if they passed it tomorrow and it's today, they were who they are. They didn't change because a law passed.
I don't know. I don't know. Stop it. I'm about to go. You know, your afternoon in the US. Here in the UK, we're almost 9 p.m. I need to go to bed.
Oh
I
my
cannot say,
god.
I beg who press Bobrisky's breast in jail. Bobrisky said, my breast is paining me.
Even Barbrisky, look at the push, all that they said he was trying to flee and all of that. That alone is a whole
Bobrisky
nother
said, my
drama.
breast is paining me. Even in jail, he's still making mouth, you see?
Even all his drama, he's trying to escape all of that. Look at all the pushback they're giving him. A lot of
Somebody's
it has,
pressing his fake breast.
it's
I don't
it's
know, stop it.
it's not easy. I don't know how people are doing it, but the moral of the story is that whether people want to accept it or not, it's happening. So we can sit in denial and act
I
like it's
don't
not
know he's
happening.
pressing Bobrisky's breast, though. I don't know. I don't know. You need to go and ask the jail they put him.
The apartment he was staying at allegedly.
He said, my breast is paining me. What did you do? You didn't take your bra? Bobrisky is relentless. You know how I used to say, you can't shame the shameless.
That's
That's
him.
Bobrisky for you. Even in jail, he's still making content. Say my breast is paining me. Nigerians will rush to go and watch Bobrisky's breast. Bobrisky has breast.
Burbis used to post back in the day, oh, like his menstrual cycle.
Oh,
Oh, he's
yeah.
having. He's a
He
trip.
knows how to make
Mhm.
Nigeria. That's why he gets a lot of influencing because they rush.
Right. He's
Once
he's
they see it, they're
mastered that.
obsessed with that content. They
He's
can't get enough
mastered
of it.
that. Yeah, but they're allegedly homophobic. That's the funny part. Huh?
Oh dear. Thank you, Ngozi.
No
I
problem.
appreciate you, my darling. Love you very much. Okay, we've come to the end of the show. Yeah. All I'm gonna say in summary is that you know what? Like I said, at the end of the day, it might not even be the LGBTQ community that people who are worried will worry about. Is AI. That thing I told you guys just now about AI and how a 14-year-old boy by himself because AI told him to do it is a real worry now that the world is changing. No, it's changing very, very fast, and it's happening all in our korokoro eyes like this. We are watching this going on now. There's so much going on in this world. So my own conclusion on this matter is that as long as you are two consenting adults, none of my business. And it shouldn't be your business as well. What I worry about is people who use their position to abuse others because of power and privilege, and those who, deceive the other gender because they want to please their family. At the end of the day, people will suffer a lot of heartbreak. You heard what, the young man who called from Lagos said, who called from Nigeria said that people will suffer because all these young men who are agege will go and marry to please their parents. That is what you should be worried about. So if you have a daughter now, you should be worried, babe. Is she going to marry somebody who is truly loves her, want to be with her in every way, holistically? That post said Nigerian women in Abuja are not worrying about side chick now. They are worrying about side dudes. That's a real worry. So I don't know if we ever come to that, if we are ever going to get to that position whereby we, decriminalizes it, number one. Number two, remove the shame and the stigma. But I think it will be better for everybody. Society, and this is not even about promoting it because I know people will come for me and say, you're promoting it. Shut up. Just shut your mouth. This is not about promoting anything. You can't tell an adult what to do with their life. Are you living with them? People will do what they want to do. It's about making it safe so that we can reduce the risk of people marrying people that they shouldn't be marrying because of, they are being led, they are being fed lies, and people are not living their truth. That's what it's about. So before you DM me or send me any nasty message, just try. Anybody that sends me any stupid email or DM me about this matter, I will I will hunt you down. I will hunt you down. Don't even try it. Carry your homophobia and go away. Okay? It's one love. One love. Look after your children. Make sure your children are safe. And adults can do whatever they like. It's none of my business. Eshe goni o. Thank you very much. Have a good evening, and I'll see you on Sunday. On Sunday, we're going to be here talking about Love is Blind. We say we want to draw out the relationship lessons from Love is Blind. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do on Sunday. No, honey babe, I had to say that because I know them. They will not enter my DM and start sending me email and be cussing me out. If you cuss me out there, I will cuss you back. You guys know. I know they run for fight too. So respect yourself. Don't come for me. Hypocrites who come and say, you're supporting the lifestyle. You're promoting. How am I promoting it? Did I say you should join? Did I tell you that I have a WhatsApp group that you should come and join? People will hear what they want to hear. So Sunday we are talking about Love is Blind and the relationship lesson. I want to see, no, Uzo, what I want to do is that me, I want to start in this UK that I am. I want to start pop the balloon. Yes. This pop the balloon I want to start doing in London. Pop the balloon or find love. I want to do it because I think that it will help a lot of people. Mhm. If you are interested, you want to feature in pop the balloon, let me know. So we start working towards that. Mm. Hola, how are you? I see you. Welcome. Are you okay? Anyway, we'll end it here. I'll see you guys on Sunday night. I love you guys. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe. Like I said, it's the lessons that counts. The lessons. Let love. Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. He didn't say love neighbors that are only Christians, love the neighbors that go to church, love the neighbor that are men, or love the men. Just love your neighbor. Your neighbor can be anybody. Love. The greatest teaching of our Lord Jesus Christ is love. And me, I believe in loving everybody. I don't care. So whether you are LGBT, you are straight, you are whatever you are, I love you with the love of God. May the Lord help us. But don't deceive anybody, oh. Don't deceive anybody. Okay? No matter the pressure, do not go and get married and deceive anybody because that one God will punish you. Don't do that. Ehen. That one I don't support it. Don't go and deceive anybody and be getting married. If you know this is your lifestyle, don't get married. Just stay single and live your truth. Like that girl told Alex, live your truth. Don't deceive anybody. And if you are dealing with any illness, you have any sexually transmitted illness, please don't go and transfer it. It is that one, hmm, it is against the law. Don't do it, please. It's not right. I hear some people back in Africa will say, oh, somebody gave me this, so I'm going to spread it. Don't do that, please. I want to believe that we are better. They say when you know better, you do better. If for any reason that you are ill, you got any STD or STI, go for treatment, stay on course, and trust God for healing, but don't transfer it and don't share it with people who are innocent. That is wrong. Because that one, the thunder that will fire the person, is China that will manufacture it. That I don't support that. It is well. Let's love. Let's live by love. Jesus preached love, and every religion I know always talks about love, peace. Let's that love that we preach. As we gather in churches in Nigeria, in Africa, let it translate to our everyday life because we can say, love is action, it's not words. I love you doesn't mean anything. It's how you treat me that will make me know whether you love me or not. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. Have a good evening, and I love you guys. God bless you. See you on Sunday night. Raben, if I catch you, you and the second wife matter, Ondolo ma log beini. Last, I'm a royal, so Ondoni. Bye, guys.